Joining us right now, retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant General Thomas McInerney. Also with us, retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Greg Zanetti. General Zanetti is running for New Mexico governor. General Zanetti, let me ask you your take of what's going on right now with Russia, if you had to assess where we are.
I think this is part of a much bigger picture, and it involves Russia, China, Iran, and India. When Putin invaded Ukraine, he just didn't want the wealth. I think he wanted to break NATO, and he also wanted to indirectly attack the dollar. Now shift to China, clearly they have come in on Russia's side. And beyond that, I think I could make the case that China has been tipping toward a war footing for the last couple of years. They've been stockpiling hard commodities like copper and aluminum and the rare earth elements, as well as the soft commodities like food. 60% of the world's stored food is now in China. Why would you do that unless you're planning to insulate yourself against embargoes before you invade Taiwan? Then we saw what happened this week in Iran with the missile attack into Iraq. And just recently, they showed that they have the missiles that can reach the Arabian Peninsula and Israel and our forces there. And whether that was just opportunistic or whether it's part of a bigger plan, I don't know. But if I were Israel, I'd be nervous. Yeah. And finally, the odd one in here is India. I'll just close this out real quick. India has signed trade and arms pacts with the Russians just in the last 2 months, and even earlier this week, bypassing the dollar and using rubles and rupees. So I think Ukraine is just part of a bigger picture.
Let me ask you, General McInerney, what you know about military strategy. What do you think Putin is thinking right now?
Well, I think, Bob, that he got the signals when the Biden administration came in and immediately canceled the XL pipeline and the Keystone pipeline, and then approved the Russian pipeline from Russia to Germany, Nord Stream 2. And then when he saw that the United States was not going to be energy independent anymore, and we started giving him $1 billion a day for energy, those were signals to him that harkened back to the period in 2014 when Obama didn't do anything when the Russians attacked Crimea. They absolutely stopped when President Trump was in power. But they got some signals, in my opinion, that clearly were move forward, do what you want. And that's why I say when people want to know what our Russian and China policy is, it's whatever Russia or China want to do. It's not incompetence. This administration knows what they're doing, Bob.
Oh, you think they're doing it? This administration, being the Biden administration, you're saying, knows what they're doing?
Correct. They know exactly.
So complete that thought, if you will, sir.
Well, I believe that there's some in this administration, when you look at open borders, when you look at rampant inflation, when you look at critical race theory, when you look at the race issues that are going on, and the way we departed Afghanistan, that wasn't a withdrawal, Bob. That was a complete surrender. In 2 weeks, we turned over to the Taliban, after 20 years, $85 billion of some of the most modern equipment in the world, and we left. We surrendered.
Yeah.
It was that simple. Yeah. I hate to be so stark, but all of that bundles up and says the United States does not want to be the superpower. We're more interested in green energy and those type things. And it's important why we let 2 million people come across our southern border, and 20 to 30% of them have COVID-19.
Yes, sir. I appreciate what you're saying. I'm running out of time here. I wanted to get General Zanetti a chance to have a final thought here, sir.
Well, that's the reason I'm running for governor. New Mexico has the things that America needs. We have oil, we have gas, we have lithium, we have potash for fertilizer, we have uranium. And not only that, we have some of the most brilliant minds in America at our labs and at our universities for quantum computing, nanotech, artificial intelligence, the new technologies. We have to become more independent. And I want New Mexico to be part of that, where we're giving back to the United States and not always taking from the federal government. And so, again, we're watching the remaking of the world order. I agree with General McInerney. He sees the field very clearly. We're going to have to adapt and do it quickly.
Did Bill Gates start a company in New Mexico? I can't remember if he did or Steve Jobs did. One of them was working there, I think, at one point. Do you know that background?
Yeah, Bill Gates started Microsoft here, and actually Amazon started here as well. And so, again,
okay.
Brilliant minds here and natural resources. Let's help the nation.
Interesting. Very good. I'm glad you educated all of us there. Lieutenant General McInerney, sir, always an honor to talk to you, sir, and Brigadier General Zanetti, you as well. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Bob.